A devastating scene. This is a second strike on a school in less than a week. Mostly children were killed. Witnesses said a missile launched by an aircraft struck the entrance to the school. Hundreds of Palestinians in the area, where the Israeli military has been battling militants, had been sheltering in the facility. Hospitals are battling to cope with the number of wounded.
All of a sudden, we heard that the school was struck. The next thing we knew, dozens of dead and wounded started arriving here. Some cases were treated here, others were transferred to a nearby hospital.
Hundreds of thousands of Gazans have been displaced. The United Nations Relief and Work Agency managed 90 shelters for at least 250,000 of the displaced. It recently opened 3 more shelters in Rafah. Overcrowding and the lack of water and food is a big concern.
They struck our houses. We sleep on the floor and we barely have enough water.
There are hundreds of families in here and they are putting 50 people in one classroom and still we are not safe.
Apart from the constant threat of Israeli bombardment, everyday life in Gaza has worsened after Israeli tanks destroyed the region's only power plant and left around 80% of residents without power.
Due to continuous conflict, we cannot get enough fuel from outside. Now the whole Gaza area is facing gas and diesel shortages.
Meanwhile, dozens of Israeli troops were seen leaving Gaza as Israeli airstrikes continued. An army spokesperson said ground forces would redeploy in Gaza to a new unspecified position. Efforts to find a new truce resumed in Cairo, but without Israel's participation, the talks were unlikely to produce any breakthrough.